Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to do a quick follow-up video on the T.O.P.S MPAT. Talk about a couple of the issues I had the other day and how I fixed some of those and some other things. But I want to start out by apologizing. About a month ago, before I got the MPAT, I was watching videos on it, and a guy was talking about it and gave Seth Brown credit for being the designer of the T.O.P.S brush wolf. That was wrong. I apologize. I took the guy at his word, didn't do any further research. The guy's usually good about info, so I took him at his word and went from there. The actual designers, there's two for the T.O.P.S brush wolf, were Nate and Aaron Morgan. Apologize to you fellas, but there we go. That's who created or designed the T.O.P.S brush wolf. Now, that being said and taken care of, let's get back to this. I have carried this thing the last 4 or 5 days at work, and I've been very, very tickled to death with this knife. It disappears when you put it on your belt, and it rides so close to the body you never know it's there. The only thing that I have found with it is where I carry it, and I'll show you real quick. I carry it in this position right here. No issues with that until you start bending to your knife side. And if I bend to the right, it does have a tendency to want to dig up in this area. Now, I've carried it off duty as well. Still no issues unless you try to bend over on top of it. But that being said, you're bending over top of a knife that's not going to give any of them a dig in. Haven't used it on my tack vest yet. I have thought about it, but for day-to-day stuff, domestics, and so forth, it's a little bit intimidating to get out, have your tack vest on, and then have a fixed blade knife under your arm there, ready to go. So, probably for the day-to-day stuff, I won't carry it. Now, for tactical situations, I can see where it'll be very, very handy. Good thing about it, with them clips, you can put it on in no time. It's actually harder to get it off than it is to put it on any kind of gear. So there's that. Second thing that I've run into is this strap. Strap does a great job of keeping it in. The problem that I have found is when you pop it, get it out, and then go to put it back in. Get my hand up here for you. It is chewing that strap up bad. So, got to figure something out there. Now, the handles on this. In the video the other day, I talked about how I had sharp points there and sharp points back here, and I actually thought the one back here was this piece here. It wasn't. It was actually the micarta was a little sharp back there. Same thing with this. So I took a piece of 220 grit sandpaper and just sanded that whole edge down on both sides. All the sharp spots are gone. So that is not an issue anymore. That's an easy way to take care of it. If you get one and that bites in, just take a piece of sandpaper to it, knock it down a little, and there you go. Now, the last thing, the edge. I know in the video the other day I said I was probably going to reprofile it to 20 degrees. I have stropped this knife quite a bit, but if you look, you can still see the grind marks on it. think what I'm going to do is just polish it out at the angle it's at now. And the reason I say that is after playing with it and using it quite a bit, I have realized that that edge works great with this knife design. And it kicks out some really thin, nice curls. I have done some notching with it. I've made points. I have even went as far as doing stuff like that with it. And everything I've tried to do with this knife, even using the tip to do fine stuff, this thing's doing anything I throw at it so far. So I'm just going to polish that edge out where it's at, leave it, and we'll see how it holds up. But other than that, everybody that has handled this knife loves it. I've had several people handle it, and the first thing they said was, "Where do you get it? I've got to have one." So I've referred them over to Justin at the Gear Shack. He's going to order some, and they'll be in probably in a couple of weeks. So nobody's complained about this thing that's handled it. I had a guy yesterday that is a knife guy like me, and after having it in his hand for about a minute and a half, he handed it back to me and goes, "Okay, what's it called and where can I get it?" So definitely highly recommend this if you're looking for a very lightweight, very thin combat / survival, so far / bushcraft style knife. So there you go. Like, share, subscribe. I'll get another one up for you soon.